Welcome back, everybody. Put together some more stuff on these slides. And then, of course, as soon as I go live with it, I realize, oh crap, I've got one of the slides that is not welcome back, everybody, centered correctly. So it looks kind of goofy in the playback. And that was already after I had exported it. We have Selena, we have Lance, Jennifer, Brian Burke, Mean Turner, and Micah Hansen, Mark Steele and Jay Taylor, Matthew Brown, and Katie Moses, that I came across her profile. Monica Harvey reached out. Liz Wool was mentioned, and I sent a message to Ben about what I'm doing with a PowerPoint introduction. And we have connected and worked together in the past as well. So this is our Follow Friday. What I can do here is, yet again, I guess I could check the size, see how large this file is, because it was really just humongous the last time I exported it as a video. So let's take a look at how big our 8-minute countdown file was as an export here. Oh, that's better. If we bring it over here, you can see on a Mac, this is another keyboard shortcut that I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Command I gives you information. This file is under 10 meg for the original, but by exporting it as a video, I got it down to about under 600 meg. The original was about 1.2 meg. And so I did that by saving it as an MP4, dropping the quality to internet quality. Let's see what a low quality does for the size of our file here. And we'll place it. And then as you're exporting a video of a PowerPoint, you'll see the video export function at the bottom of the PowerPoint window. What I did here was, because I'm giving an 8-minute countdown and I am not doing a lot of movement other than the video itself playing in the background, I created a shape at the bottom, and then I told the shape to play. In this case, I might have created 2 shapes. Let's see if that is the case. No, I set a intro and an outro animation. I think that's what's happening here. So I told it to exit. And for its exit effect, I chose fade, I believe. Wipe or fade. And then what I did with the animation effect, the exit effect, was told it to exit from the right. And then I told it up here, the duration was 59 seconds. So as the slides are showing the video, they're also counting down with like a progress bar that disappears off the screen. I thought that was a kind of cool effect to add to the slides, keep them somewhat simple, but give us some, and I think I just deleted them from that slide accidentally. There we go. Trying to close the animation pane, not remove the effects. So we'll see if this one is the perfect copy that I was looking for. Yes, Dwayne. I'm working with the stock videos in PowerPoint, and I'm enjoying my Mac computer, finding all sorts of little things that are nuanced about the Mac version of PowerPoint versus the Windows version of PowerPoint. Speaker timers, cool. That's awesome. Oh, nice, like a Toastmasters kind of timed wheel thing. Sweet. Thank you. Yeah, I think speaker timers would be a great idea. Just having something that counts down and maybe gives a visual cue as to where you're at would be huge for using PowerPoint to provide some of that feedback here. I'm going to see if I can out to where I had some of the people mentioned on Restream. If you are interested, feel free to join. Browser only thing needed. And let me send this to some of the people I tagged today, just so they are aware if they haven't come across it already. I was reading about Designer. I don't know where Microsoft's Designer is these days, but that would be an interesting one as well. This is taking forever to render as a video. And the reason I was rendering as a video is it's easy to take the video and then post the video as something you can use in Restream before you go live. So I was thinking that'd be kind of a cool little animation that I could use beforehand. Let's send this off to a couple other people that I tagged today for Follow Friday and 30 days of Mentor Mesh. Bear with me while I find them all. Might as well send it to Christopher Urban. Not sure what he's doing on a Friday afternoon. You know who I should send it to is Ricardo Wilkins. Ricardo is the king of going live on at least Teams. I don't know what else he uses in his setup, but he is somebody that I've been thinking about. Should figure out how to pick his brain on some things Teams related. And not for the customer that says, don't mention Teams because we don't use it, but all the other customers that use Teams for some of their live and different interactions. And I get it, if you're not using Teams, It's not something you want somebody telling you, here's 18 things. It's the same thing with a Mac, right? I'm going to show you all these cool things you can do with a Mac. And if you're like, we're not using Macs, Dan, this session is not going to be as impactful unless it's things that I show you that are cross-platform that you can do on a Mac. Maybe one person from the team or somebody can do as a project, and then you can use on a computer, a PC. It's not going to be very interesting, right? So these animations and stuff that I just built should work cross-platform, and I didn't use any of my fancy fonts, so I think my fonts will be okay in this case. So who else do I need to send one of these to? I don't think I sent one to Lance yet. Let's get Lance in here. Lance, thanks for joining earlier. I think you said you were at work, so totally understand. And who else? Now I just need to go through my list to see if I missed anybody that I tagged today. Jennifer, I think I sent it to you first thing. I think you were the first one I tagged here in a direct message. Nope. Doesn't look like it. I looked you up to make sure I spelled your last name correctly, but apparently that's where I left things off. And got them. Got Mark and Jay. I don't think I sent Jay a invite though. This is always fun because it lets me know when the last time I communicated with somebody. It's been a while for Jay. Might as well send this to a couple other people that I think of along the way. Never hurts to have more people than you expect with sitting with invites on a Friday afternoon to an online party. Jay, Matthew, I need to connect with him, just send him a link. This is Friday night for him, so not Friday afternoon, mid-afternoon here. I think I sent it to Liz. Let's make sure I did. Look like I did. I don't think I'm connected with her just yet. So while I'm thinking of it, let me send that. Pardon me while I get all these things out of the way that I should have done before going live or within my 8 minutes. Let's see here. And we'll do Katie as well. There's the sound I was looking for. So that's the sound of somebody joining, and it's Ricardo. Hey, dude.
Hey, how are you?
Great. How are you?
I'm good. I wasn't actually sure what I was joining here, but I saw your message, and so figured I'd give it a try.
Have you used Restream, Ricardo?
I use it, yeah, but I've not
Okay,
used
cool.
this feature that you've just done. So I was curious how this was going to work.
Yeah. So there's a what do they call it? Pairing feature now. So I know you go live on LinkedIn and I
Yeah,
think some other channels, right? YouTube.
right. Using Restream. Yep.
Yeah. So what you can do when you send an invite to guests now is you can allow them to add their streams. So
Okay.
imagine if I was live on our dog sees somebody.
Mhm.
Imagine if I were live on my YouTube, your YouTube, both of our LinkedIn's, you know, you
Yeah.
could basically grow your audience. And I don't know if there's a limit to how many different platforms, but Dwayne Hyatt down in Florida
Mhm.
had helped me test that. And I know I had reached out to you a while ago because I had some government customers using Teams that were asking all sorts of government specific questions.
Yeah.
Between
So,
you and Rima, I think I reached out.
so does this mean when you are live streaming that I can join like we're doing now, almost like a guest can join the live stream and participate like, like a guest, like, like I've got a guest on my show today and this is how I get in there.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So here's Dwayne. And
Hey.
let's make this
Ricardo.
screen bigger. Hey.
Somebody's
delivering
excited.
something. Let me see if I can make this screen. Stella, gee. I'm going to just hide you guys for a second so you can see the place that you click on it. This is where you click to make the invite available. The issue, let me bring it back up. The issue is you have to send the link to pair before you go live.
Mm.
So you can't send the link. You can send the link to join because you both joined, but because I had already gone live, you can't pair your settings before or during. And so
Okay.
basically when I look at the different streams, is it edit here? There we go. You can see that Matthew Brown and a couple other people had streams that they had paired with me. I just turned them off because I hadn't notified them that I was doing this today. So I figured I didn't want to take over their social channels without permission.
So pairing means when you go live, you stream to my feed as if that was me going live, but it's showing your content.
If I check these off, so I can send you the invite, let's say for next Friday.
Yeah.
You can decide, I want Dan to go on my YouTube. Maybe we've discussed it, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then if I check that here as one of the streaming platforms, then I can go live kind of on your behalf or from your channel,
Gotcha.
or it could be
Gotcha.
recorded content, that type of thing.
Yeah, okay.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. I've seen
I've
it
been
come up, but
following
I
you for a
didn't
while.
fully understand. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
you
live stream
definitely have this stuff
amplification.
figured out.
Right.
Exactly. Dwayne, thanks so much. I think you were the first person to test it with me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, I did your Journey to the Club, one of those.
Yeah.
I and hit go live on my channel, and it sent the same stream through my LinkedIn Live, which was pretty cool.
Yeah, I think with this one, it's and I haven't figured all these things out with Restream. Like I had concern about if we have something scheduled, am I messing something up by coming in here and changing titles and stuff?
Mm.
So I still feel like I'm kind of in the learning phase of Restream. But Ricardo, I wanted to send you an invite just in case this was something new to you or something you were familiar with, and touch base. And Dwayne and I have done some things in the past too.
Yeah, I'm still learning it. I don't know if you caught my session last night, but it was fraught with fumblings. So I am still trying to get the hang of everything.
Yeah, I don't catch you every time you go live, but I certainly get the notifications.
Yeah.
So I think I've got the bell rung, so I see your posts, and when you go live, same with you, Dwayne. So I get kind of like that insider, hey, here's a post, or here's a newsletter or whatever it might be. That's been super helpful on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for joining. I kind of scheduled this out of the blue, figured if I sent it to enough people that I've tagged or called out for helping with different projects or aspects, I might get a couple people to come up and join me here on Restream. The nice thing about it is,
I saw a PowerPoint and I was in.
yeah, I figured, but you're not cross-platform, right, Dwayne? You're not
No.
Mac. You said you have some users that are doing it.
You have, so in my institution, we have around 6,000 systems, and I think around, I don't know, I guess 600 of those are Macs.
Cool. Ricardo, I apologize. Have you and Dwayne met through?
We have interacted. This is probably the first time we've talked yeah, officially, but we've interacted for sure.
Yeah, I catch his live streams and come about guests and stuff.
Yeah. In fact, the one time you were on and you were giving some real good feedback, but again, I'm still not good at keeping up with the chat stream while I'm going, and so I was missing the timing. You were on fire, and I was not. I wasn't keeping up. So
It is that live chat interface thing is pretty crazy. Yeah, Selena I tagged as well. Selena and I worked on a couple Teams projects, and she's another great project manager. Wanted to make sure she knew about Mentor Mesh. Have either of you heard of Mentor Mesh?
I have not.
So I've seen your hashtags and mentioning of it, but I wasn't totally sure what it was.
Yeah, so Jay Taylor, Jae, used to work at Microsoft, worked at Twitter, worked at Peloton, worked at, I think there's another high-tech or company that he's an ex-employee of. And he started Mentor Mesh as the ability for people that are trying to get into product management or project management in the high-tech industry to find experience. And his big thing was, I watched one of his live streams, just kind of, saw him go live, tuned in. I don't remember if it was live or if it was after, that session, but he was talking about how you want to be in demand. You don't want to be chasing jobs. You want people to be chasing you. And from my perspective, that was like, yeah, that seems like a much better approach than trying to, land interviews and hope the interviews went well. I thought they did. Maybe the person didn't. So Mentor Mesh is a free website that you can sign up to join a community, similar to a lot of tech communities, right? And just meet other people that are either in the industry or looking to get into the industry. So you can either be a mentor, a mentee, or a little bit of both, I guess.
That's pretty cool. I am out of practice on job interviews for sure. Haven't done one in a while. I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah. Dwayne, do you have LinkedIn Premium?
I do not. I've had a hard time justifying it to myself, honestly. Like, if you're really in the market, I guess it probably makes a lot of sense to do it. I think it's a MVP benefit, I believe. So that comes through. That would be great. But still waiting to hear on that. So
yeah, that's one of those things that as a former Microsoft employee, we got 75% off. So it brings it down to like $15 a month. For that price, it was like, I'll keep it. One of the benefits is you get to practice interview questions, and you can actually send mock interviews, I guess, through like messaging. So you'll get, here's common questions, you can answer them, and you can send them to contacts. I don't know if you really need it to send a message in LinkedIn, but there was certainly some practice and some things that they gave you with Premium. Another thing, I don't know when they give them out. I don't know why they don't give them out to Microsoft employees. I would have loved to have this benefit, but LinkedIn employees can provide a certain number for, I don't know if it's, yearly or quarterly. They get free premiums that they can provide to people in their network. So I know I had somebody provide my niece a free, I think it was 6 months or a year, LinkedIn Premium. And yeah, I'm looking forward to, I think it's like 2 or 3 weeks before I can activate my free LinkedIn Premium as an MVP now. Ricardo, are you using LinkedIn Premium, or are you?
Yeah, it's as part of my role. I have that the premium.
Nice, nice. I missed
Probably
the.
not to the extent, you're mentioning some things I didn't know it had. So I'm certainly not maximizing the advantages.
Were you an Elevate user when Elevate was around
Mm-hmm.
at Microsoft?
Yep.
I think that might have been where I came across you when I was an Elevate curator.
Yeah.
I started looking at everybody that posted stuff that I had interest in and that reposted anything that I posted. And I tried to either follow or connect with those folks because I figured my name might be recognizable as opposed to just, who's this guy asking to connect?
Right.
Cool. Well, are you doing Saturday morning? Ricardo?
Yeah, I've been dabbling. The evening has been easier than the morning, and so I'm dabbling on. I feel like I might do earlier morning. That might be better as people haven't started their day yet, and let the evening be for the West Coast folks and things like that. So I'm trying to tweak the timing there, but yeah, I haven't done the Saturday one in a little while. So
okay,
yeah.
I
The
saw
coffee
you come
theme,
live
though.
one morning. The coffee is a good idea.
Yeah,
Yeah,
decaf edition. You might need like a I don't know, a wheat edition or something one time.
That would be interesting. I don't know. I might get in trouble for that one, but I might have to choose a different platform, maybe.
The old fashioned edition,
Yeah, I'm considering in future episodes actually describing the blend that I'm drinking for that evening.
Wow, I like it.
Yeah,
coffee connoisseur. My wife is one of those.
right. Yeah, but I'm gonna drop. I just wanted to check in and see what you guys are doing. But
hey, no problem. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah,
appreciate it.
Good
this
stuff.
was kind of spur of the moment. Thanks for being here. Have a good afternoon.
You too. See you guys.
Take care. Dwayne, thanks for hopping on too.
Yeah, man. I saw that stock video and it stuck out to me because when we do onboarding or orientation videos for conferences, I use a lot of stock imagery when I'm recording it, and I used that exact image or that video rather for the intro to one of my orientation videos. So it kind of popped when I saw it.
It reminds me of that Joy Division album. Was it the first one? Unknown Pleasures?
It reminds me of when Luke is flying through the trench in the Death Star and he drops the targeting computer. I was like,
Even better reference. Even better reference. Yeah. Yeah, that was just a design idea. And I was like, well, we'll go with that because I don't have any other ideas. And then I was trying to figure out how to do a countdown. And I thought about the minute per slide and then 8 slides or 7 slides, however many minutes you want. And I was trying to figure out how do I do something that lets people know how long we're into the minute. And I thought, I read somewhere about doing like a shape that either appears or disappears. And I figured disappearing might be better with a countdown than appearing to go across the screen like a progress bar. But you could basically do it either way. You could do it as a disappearing progress or a appearing progress across the bottom or the top somewhere.
I like the disappearing. Adds a little, I don't know, emphasis to the fact that you're running out of time.
Yeah. I thought that would be cool. Have you done when you do your podcast for Shift Show, which was the Follow Friday suggestion I had for tagging you? I think I tagged Joe. I may not have, but do you do these on video or do you do these just with like a podcast audio type solution?
We've been using a service called Zencastr.
Okay.
And Zencastr has, but it's not like a live stream. It's so that you can see the other people that are on the call. There is some capacity for it to record audio and video if you're going to do like a video cast, I guess, or upload it to a YouTube channel. But we really like Zencaster because it does local recording per participant.
Nice.
So you get a much higher quality MP3 per person. So I can edit, you know, in the case of a guest, 3 separate tracks. So if the
Nice.
dog barks in one of the tracks, you can delete it without affecting.
Nice. That's really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, they made it free right when COVID started, and the free tier is really good. There's not really an in-between tier, unfortunately. It's either free or $20 a month, which is kind of a
Wow.
steep kind of a steep hit. It's I wish there was a just let me pay for higher quality audio, you know, but they have all these other things like automatic post production and publishing and all these things that I would never use. I just want better audio. So,
Right.
but they made their base tier free, and it's really good.
Yeah, I know with Restream, that was one of the challenges I had was I wanted to use it just for the RTMP testing with Teams originally. Then I was like, well, I'm paying for it. I might as well use it. And I had a friend who had a much bigger LinkedIn following that I had that was like, you know, hey, you know, I wouldn't mind. I have LinkedIn Live. He had it before I did. And the very first time we used it, we went live on his account, but he wasn't with me in Restream. So I show up for like 2 minutes on his profile. I don't say anything because I'm like, what am I going to say? You know, hey, everybody, I'm not Mark Steele. You know, sorry, I'm crashing his LinkedIn Live. And so all the comments were like, Mark, I don't think that was you. I don't know who that was. But we started our journey with Restream and LinkedIn Live together probably over a year ago at this point. And then I eventually got LinkedIn Live and started figuring out more about Restream. I'm still learning, but I saw your Shift show and I think I saw a screenshot of the Zencaster, the software you used, or is it a website or software?
Yeah, it's all web based. Yeah.
Cool. Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, it's super easy to bring on a guest. You know, it's kind of like this, like you don't need any software to install. You give your browser permission to access your mic and your camera, and you're set, ready to go. So
That's so cool.
yeah, we've really enjoyed it. We've experimented with Restream. We'd love to do a live stream series on conferences and teams and guest management and stuff like that. We've had thoughts and ambitions to plan that. We just haven't had time. So keep running out of time. That clock just never stops moving.
Exactly. Have you seen this animation, this reorder objects from the Mac?
Oh,
Dude.
so
When I
I
saw
was
this,
going to
I'm like,
ask you about that. You were talking about the reorder objects, and I was like, what does he mean?
yeah. So
show me.
You're familiar with the selection pane, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I figured you would know all about that. The selection pane under arrange is, you know, where I can get what the heck's going on with these layers. And,
Yep.
you know, if I get rid of the video, oh, that's what it looks like without the video. And that's where that little bar at the top may be sneaking into some of my slides because it's either in the slide master, or it's just hiding behind the video.
Yeah.
Reorder objects has been in PowerPoint for the Mac. And it was one of the main reasons I wanted a Mac so bad, because this visual,
Yeah, that's cool.
compelling, is also something that you can reorder the layer.
Yeah.
So when you're looking at, you know, why is my video overlapped, you know, the title of my broadcast, or, you know, whatever the layer issue is, it's so visual and so easy for somebody to see once you discover it. It's not discoverable. You have to go up to one of those menus or have somebody show you. Somebody had told me, the customer I'm working with that doesn't want to hear Teams, but they want to know everything you can do in PowerPoint. So I'm like, okay, we're good. You know, you've used one of my safe words, PowerPoint. But they said, I'm pretty sure reorder objects, I'm pretty sure somebody at Microsoft showed me it on a PC. And I said, well, if it's on the PC, I want to know where it is because I've never been able to find it. as a feature on the PC version of PowerPoint, but it's probably the main thing that I got hooked on using on the Mac side was the arrange reorder object. The reorder overlapping objects I don't think is any different. I think they might have just wanted to call out that's what you can use it for. If I had like issues with one of the layers being too far back, it's easy to change the layers and fix, whatever's happening. So even in the slide, I had a slide where I had messed up one of the layers and I had the titles of people to follow covered up under the layer of the countdown. Here, I could still put the slide in the right place, but have the text on top of the shape that's counting down. I don't know if you've ever figured out an easy way to make sure you're selecting the right thing, but I always...
It's kind of tricky. And, I use the selection pane a lot, try to help with that, because especially when you're dealing with a complex slide that's got lots of, connectors or something, you're drawing a diagram or something like that. But
yeah, somebody had told
I don't
me
see
there was like a lock too.
Yeah. In Windows the Windows version has a lock, a little padlock icon in the selection pane so that you can make sure that you don't accidentally drag that thing off into oblivion, And I've done that so many times where I'm trying to grab something and I accidentally grabbed the background video and I didn't notice that I moved it over, like half an inch or something.
Right. Until it's playing back, right? In front of an audience.
Yeah.
Darn it. I thought I did this perfectly.
We've actually we've edited PowerPoints live while they were being displayed, and Joe will be in the deck modifying it to fix something while I'm actually sharing it.
I did that with this customer. They wanted to know like all this kind of advanced fun stuff in PowerPoint. So when they were doing their intros, I went into the PowerPoint on a secondary monitor and I listed everything they said on slides that were coming up. So then after they all did their intros, I was able to show slide 3 is the first person that introduced themselves. And they were, oh, how did you do that? I just told you that stuff. How did it get in a slide? And
I know the future.
Some of that trickery. Exactly. Who knew? I knew you so well. I know where you live. And I asked them their favorite rock concert or concert. I didn't specify genre. And some people inevitably, I don't like music. I've never had a favorite concert. I'm like, okay. It always happens when I go too specific. So I'm like, well, what kind of music or what was a memorable? And some people stuck with it. I just, I didn't enjoy anything I went to musically, but I was trying to get people out of their shells. We had some really good answers, but I still have that PowerPoint somewhere with the 7 or 8 people I met.
Yeah, it's hard to all to open up. There's always going to be. That's fine. Not everybody's going to be willing to interact, and I've seen a lot of people are even more shy when it comes to like an online call. And I've seen other people become more bold and are more willing to speak out or more willing to at least use the chat box or something like that versus an in-person class, which is pretty cool. That's why I think hybrid's probably the future for sure. Of training. But one of the things that you mentioned that stuck out to me that Sean talked about on our last show was the discoverability of some of these cool features that are inside PowerPoint. And it was neat to hear him say that their team kind of recognized that that's something that they were working on, was trying to make some of these things like, whenever I show people the stock image library, they're like, whoa, I've never seen this before. It's like, yeah, because it's kind of buried, but it's so cool and it's so useful. And in our institution, where people are so worried about copyright and what can I use and what can't I use, to show them that they have access to this whole stock image library is just really powerful. And
Yeah, I hadn't figured out a way on a Mac to drag this. So you miss that they're cutout people and stickers,
mhm,
and videos, and illustrations if you don't expand this window, unless there's
yeah.
something else I can do.
Yeah, that definitely surfaces itself a lot differently than it does on Windows. On Windows, it's a pop-up box that is
Right.
over top of the deck.
Yeah.
But the still kind of fly under the radar. Like they've even added new ones that I look at it and I'm like, oh, I wonder how long that's been there. I haven't seen like the cartoon people. I haven't seen that
Yeah.
before. So how long have I
Yeah.
been
I saw
missing that?
somebody post about that, and I was like, there's cartoon people in the icons area. Yeah.
Yeah, and you can break apart the object, ungroup it, and then go in and like I don't know, delete a specific part of the graphic, or maybe change the color of their shirt, or whatever you want to do. It makes it into a really cool creator tool.
That's, I think, what I used as the reorder object example, because I was trying to think of, what do I have that's complex? And I believe it was in one of the templates that I downloaded. They had the cartoon people in like a scene with a background of a house with a window and a desk, and then the person, and then the different pieces. And I think they had dropped in color for making the black and white cartoon people, different colors of clothing, that type of thing.
Yeah.
And showing that within the reorder object really gives you a sense for, oh, that's how I make sure that the facial expression is on top of the face cartoon cutout.
Yeah, that would look really cool. That would look like like one of those blow up diagrams, like of a parts diagram of an engine or something, with all those little pieces and parts kind of exploded out.
Exactly. I knew I'd have you with PowerPoint.
Yeah, you got me.
I knew even if you weren't a Mac user, you'd be like, well, okay, I'll buy
I can
it.
relate. I can relate. Yeah.
That shift show, dude, was amazing. Thank you
Thanks.
so much for getting Sean on and, talking and asking some of the tough questions, getting some of the updates from him. That was really
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, that was really fun to talk to him. We felt like, such fanboys of PowerPoint. We're like giggling about talking to the dude that runs PowerPoint. It was cool for us, and he had a good time, he said, and it was a lot of fun to have that conversation with him. So
I thought I saw somewhere that the 35-year anniversary is actually today.
He said it was, on the show he said it had already passed. Yeah, a couple weeks ago.
Too. But I read somewhere that it was today, and I thought it was here, insider.office.com. They said April 20th somewhere. I was like, well, April 20th hasn't passed, so I don't. Maybe that was like when in beta.
April 20th was last month, May.
Oh, thank you. You're right.
It's a pandemic, man.
This month, man. It's just flying by. April 20th. I was thinking, oh, that's on Friday. This week. Thank you.
I call it Blur's Day. Every day is Blur's Day. Ever since the lockdowns and work from home and everything just blends, it just becomes Blur's Day.
It really is. Trying to remember if it's Friday or not. And then whether my wife wants to go out to dinner or not. She looks gorgeous, just all dressed up. I need to go put on something nicer for dinner.
Yeah, definitely got to do that.
Cool. Well, dude, thank you so much for jumping on, correcting me so I don't make a fool of myself and say, hey, it's April 20th. PowerPoint's turning 35 today. It's 35 and a month old.
Yep. 35 in a month. PowerPoint's old enough to drink in pretty much every state and country.
There you go. Yeah.
And
I have my orange M&Ms. My wife was like, can I have the orange M&Ms? Because I don't like orange candies. But I'm like, these are PowerPoint colored.
Yeah, they're vermilion.
Exactly.
Cool. Well, thanks for the invite. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. Have a great weekend. And,
All right.
we'll play pickleball soon at some point. I'll
Definitely.
figure out how to get
Definitely.
down there. Awesome.
All right. See ya.
Thanks. See you later. Thanks, everybody. I'm going to head out here and go get some food with my wife.